Hi and welcome to this next video. So following on from video 3 where we talked around the 4 profit levers, I'm now going to walk you through what I call my 6 C's. And this is a very strict rule-based system to make sure we find world-class properties that give us great return on investment. And that's what we're looking for. What I'm also going to do for you as well, because I'm so kind, because there's a lot of content here on each of these C's, I'm going to break these down into individual videos so you can go to that video and get the content that you need. How nice am I? I know. But before I do that as well, before we go into this detail, I'm just going to let you know that I'm going to flip between two different property strategies. Property strategy number 1 is service accommodation, and property strategy number 2 is family let. And these work hand in hand just in case one or the other strategy starts to fail. So picture this. If you have a service accommodation property, it does really well over 4, 5 or 6 year period, but then the economy changes in that town or city and the footfall starts to slow down, then potentially you're going to get less and less bookings. Instead of selling that property, what you do is you flip it into a family let it out, still get great rents, still get the equity growth, and you keep control of that property. And then potentially at a later stage, when the economy changes again, we can flip it back to a service accommodation and maximize our rental income. That's what we're looking to do, and that's what these 6 C's give us, making sure that service accommodation and family let, working with these town or cities to make sure that our strategy is nice and strong. So the first C is capacity. And what that means is how many people can physically sleep in your property. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to tell you what I don't do. I don't buy flats and I don't buy 1 or 2 bed properties. And the reason for that is with 1 or 2 beds, you miss a lot of the market. So if you've got 3 couples that want to rent a property because they go into a town or a city or a certain attraction, they're not going to rent a 1 or 2 bed because it's too small. They're going to be looking at a 3 to 4 bed property to rent out, which is great. Also as well, if you're looking at your professionals, your contractors, your white and blue collars, for example, and they're going in a group, a 1 or 2 bed's too small. So you need that 3 to 4 bed property to really maximize the market and get those sales come in. Now also as well with a 1 or 2 bed, if you do have one as service accommodation and you need to flip it to a family let, all of a sudden you've got a bit of a problem there because a family let aren't going to rent out a 1 or 2 bed because it potentially is too small. So what you end up finding is the people you're renting it out to is young professionals maybe. So the first time they get on the ladder, they've moved out of the property from their parents and they're renting out your property. And they could be young professionals or a couple, but as they fall in love, they get married, they have children, they want to expand. So that 1 or 2 bed could be too small for them, they're going to move out. And what you actually find is with a 1 or 2 bed, your tenancies keep turning over. So every 1, 2 or 3 years, you've got new tenants coming in, which is an additional cost to you. But if you go for a 3 to 4 bed, you find these families staying there 3, 4, 6, 10 years, maybe even for life, which reduces your costs in terms of agency fees, etc., etc. So for the first C, capacity, our target is a 3 to 4 bed property. If you have any questions on that whatsoever, please put it in the comments box. I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Many thanks.